This is a King A.D.S music production.
What's up, y'all? It's your peoples again, getting right back at you. You know who it is. The Shadow, A.D.S, King A.D.S, out here in the Inland Empire. I'm an artist, an entertainer, and business owner, and just overall, a personable guy. I love people, and I love to connect with you, and that's what I started doing these videos for. So anyway, right now, I know there's a lot going on. Everybody's checking out this whole situation that happened at the Oscars with Will Smith and everything like that, and I'm not really going to touch on that too much. And it's interesting. I do find it strange. If you've watched any of my earlier videos when I was just starting out, and I mentioned Jada Pinkett's name, and it wasn't to any discredit of her character or anything like that, but it was on a separate observation and was talking about individuality. So I hope you do go check that one out too. But still, it's still interesting that this energy seems to follow this particular group of individuals, and that's, but I'm still, like I said, there's gonna be enough people talking about that, so I'm really not gonna be all about that. I'm really not a gossip, but what it is a perfect example of how like another topic that I talked about, like in another video, of how negative energy gets you to separate from yourself, and how you can commit to an error, which is what we would call, what you've known as sin, right, is really called error, and how you can be coaxed into making an error once you're off your center. That's really what I'm trying to get at. I know I'm not the PhD, but I'm just trying to, say that my eyes are open all the time. I'm conscious of these things. I stay very aware about it. And once you have those eyes, it's hard to go backwards. So I notice these things when I see them, and I'm like, wow, it's funny that I just kind of brought something like that up recently, and now we see it play out in real time, and you see how it could affect your whole life negatively. And obviously it has to do with some sort of negative quotient that's in your circle, or that you're dealing with directly or indirectly. Whichever way, anyone can be affected by this. The best of the best, the worst of the worst. Sometimes it'll make you feel like you're the worst, and you commit to things when you dwell on them too much and let them occupy space. This is what we touched on before. This is how we avoid these situations. You don't want to jeopardize anything that you worked on. So really what I wanted to also mention is the topic of a thing called tormented souls. Check out this concept for yourself. But tormented souls, I'll see if I can find anything, and I'll put it up at the end of the video, or something like the definition of tormented souls or anything like that. But basically, this is a prime example of tormented souls. Will Smith has gone through a lot of changes in his life and career, and it's been a roller coaster, and trying to stay relevant, this, that, the third. Sometimes, like we said before, you need to go away, you need to go to the cave, you need to be by yourself to develop. There, you can't always do that with the crowd. And so sometimes it's tough. Some of these things that are superficial that we end up going for aren't always the healthiest in long term. Short term, long term, they have different types of effects. So whichever angle that you're looking at there, they have different effects and the outcomes. So yeah, eventually I would say anything too over structured or too over exposed, that you're going to need to dial back every once in a while to find yourself. And sometimes that should be extended. I'm not recommending any, you can make up your own mind. You know what to do with your life and your time, but your time is the most precious thing you have, second to your love and your ability to be lighthearted. Heart light as a feather, but never a feather mind, though. That's the way I like to put it. I never have a feather mind, but I try my best to keep that feather heart. And that's what we really need to focus on. And if there's anything tormenting that, eventually, if you're there with the Chinese water torture, eventually it does drive you insane. The reverberations of the water droplets on your forehead, start to uh, go through your brain, and you get that pressure, and then you do actually go insane. You do end up with problems, and that's essentially the same thing. It's like torment is torture. So over and over, something, flicking your tongue out a wound over and over, expecting a different result too, for it to heal and be gone, but yet it only just brings more irritation and pain. And until you stop dealing with that scenario, it won't heal. So sometimes you need distance from all the things that are causing you to be in that scenario. So yeah, the tormented souls are real, and tormented souls are people that have a lot of positivity in them. Oh, so much positivity in them. And I touched on that before in another video too. Please watch all my videos. Please check out my music. Please support the awesome people who are with me on some of my music ventures. Please check out my featured channels with all the music there and everything. But nevertheless, just come along with me for the ride. I'm really enjoying doing these videos now. Thank you to anyone that's been supporting. Please subscribe if you're watching this video. Please drop me a like, share, make a positive comment, shout me out so I know who you are. I do like to subscribe back. I do like to see the cool things that people have to say and what they're doing. I love brilliant minds. I love free minds. I love creative people. I love people just going out for theirs, and that's what I'm doing. You can't make change with a little bit of gung-ho, without a little bit of gung-ho in you, and you need that. So progress is only done by taking the steps forward. So that's what I like to do. So I always take the step to reach out to you, whether you know me already, I love you, and whether you just found me and you with me, I love you. And it's the only people I look for. If there's any negativity, I'm just gonna pretty much, I don't even, that doesn't exist to me, because that's not my mission. I didn't come here on this planet, in this whole experience, to dwell on the things that make me feel awful. We're not gonna fall into that. If you're like me, we ain't doing it. And so let's keep it on the positive rise. Let's not be tormented souls. Those tormented souls are the people who constantly can't get away from the scrutiny, from the pain, from the test. And also I should drop this in there, that usually when you're about to make a breakthrough, it's going to be something big for you, your peak. This is when the test comes, or a demon comes. In that sense, even in Bruce Lee Dragon story, they touched on it too. And Buddhist beliefs, they talk about these demons that come after you at the peak of your life, to take you at your peak. So you could look at this as the torment, the test as well, or a test. I often do look at this concept. Like, just imagine if there was someone in a higher force, and they want to speak on what's good, what's just, and there is some kind of tally board. At some point, who would be worthy and who wouldn't is the person who follows the studies and knows how to live a life without that kind of those type of shackles on them, and knows how to remain free, will be the person who passes the test, right? So if you fail the test, then it means you're not ready. Whichever way, concept, theory, or way you want to look at it as, you'll probably have to go back through these lessons again. It'll knock you backwards. It'll negate whatever that you did. As we talked about before, the good start good in good, start bad in bad, start iffy in iffy, and you can't contradict the energy in between. You can only complement the energy, or you can stop dealing with certain energies altogether and reroute your energy, start learning how to draw it from somewhere else, so that way you can start learning how to take a higher road that's better for you and better for everything and everyone else around you, so that way everything and yourself flourishes in unison, instead of being in a point that can an anchor point of power, or whatever power that you feel that you can hold, and that could be manipulated or taken from you at any time. If you're always being tested and tormented, there's only but so many ways you can keep up with the crowd until it gets too fast for you. There's too many things coming at you from too many different angles, too many issues, and you do have emotions. It's just magnetic fields of energy, and you do have emotions. And so eventually, if you feed and if something hits home a little bit too much, and you can't get away from it, you don't have time to digest that information properly, then yeah, eventually you're gonna falter. There's more chinks in the armor, until boom, boom, you get a mortal wound, and then you're bleeding. And then if you keep bleeding, you know what's coming. We don't want that. We don't want that for anyone, especially not people who've made such intelligent and brilliant breakthroughs come from what you, the air quotes, bottom. But what is the bottom if your soul and spirit are always free and you're always been someone that's at the top? You just need to express that and keep yourself at the top. But nevertheless, just saying, I get it. And we don't want to see anybody, ourselves, our friends, our family, anyone who's defeated the odds of the challenges of this little obstacle course that we all have to live through in life, and make it out to be something else and something better. Yeah, you don't want to see anyone jeopardize that either. You know what I mean? It's better to use all those experiences on your journey to show that you get it, and you're on the case. You know what I'm saying? You're making it happen the best way you can and making it better every day. And that's what it's all about, man. And that's why I just stay on my music. I stay trying to reach you. I'm gonna stay consistent in my business. Just anything that I want to put my mind to, it's all about getting to it. And that's where it's at. There's really not much else going on, even though the perception could be such, unless I'm trying to keep up with something, right? Like, but I don't want to be title chasing. I don't want to be clout chasing. I don't want to be doing those things. I don't want to chase cash. I want things to flow as a result of my actions and authenticity, me being me. You know, I want to sprinkle some flavor. I want to sprinkle some love. I want to sprinkle some culture. And I just want to build with real people too. And I love you. So let's keep going. You know what I mean? I love y'all. Check out all the rest of my videos. Check out my music. More to come on the way. Please subscribe. Like I said before, please share. Please comment. Please like. Let's get it. Follow me all over social media. Check me out. King A.D.S, your boy. All right, I'm out. Peace.